Continuing with Chapter 5, Common Postural Deformities. The common postural defects are caused and observed in individuals and can be classified as postural deformities. This can be structural from birth or can be functional due to our action by doing particular type of work. Structural deformities can be cured if noticed at an early age. Functional deformities also can be cured if proper checkup is made at an early stage. This refers to the deformation in the skeletal structure or where the body parts are not aligned that results in some kind of postural deformities. People having postural deformities cannot perform their work efficiently. Some common postural deformities are knock knee, flat foot, round shoulders, lordosis, kyphosis, bow legs, and scoliosis. Knock knee. It is an abnormal curvature of the lower legs in which the knees are bent inward. It is a non-congenital defect. There is no gap between the knees and the knees overlap each other. Whenever the person walks, the knee knocks every time. Knock knee is a postural deformity in which both the knees touch or overlap each other in the normal standing position. Due to this deformity, an individual usually faces difficulty during walking. Causes: weakness of muscles and ligament, softness of bone of the knee regions, overweight body, lack of balanced diet, lack of vitamin D, calcium and phosphorus. Precautions: balanced diet should be taken. Do not force the babies to walk at early age. Corrective measures: horse riding is to be done regularly as it is one of the best exercises for correcting this problem. Keep a pillow between your knees whenever possible. Perform Padmasana and Gomukhasana. Take nutritious meals. Flat foot. This can be observed if a person with wet bare feet walks on the dry surface. The print of heels, the lateral borders of the feet and the balls of the feet are visible. The foot may be with a high arc or the great toe is deviated towards the second toe. It is a deformity of the feet. In this deformity, there is no arc in the foot and the foot is completely flat. The individual faces problems in standing, walking, jumping and running. On the right hand side, you can see the picture of normal foot, high arc and flat foot. Causes: loss of tone in the muscles supporting the foot, standing for a long time, lack of exercise, without arch local footwear, overweight body. Precautions: wear shoes of proper shape and size. High heel shoes or walking barefoot for long duration should be avoided. Corrective measures: walk on heels and toes, pick up marbles with toes, perform Vajrasana, walk on wooden staircase. Round shoulders. Round shoulder is a postural defect in which the shoulders look round in shape. The muscles of shoulder become weak and sometimes bend towards one side due to overload and weakening of muscles. Round shoulder has two postural deformities, lordosis and kyphosis. In the right hand side, you can see in the picture how spine has taken shape. Causes: poor posture during work, faulty furniture, wrong habit of sitting and standing, carrying heavy load on one shoulder or upper back. Precautions: do not sit, stand or walk in bent position. Avoid tight fitting clothes. Corrective measures: Stand in correct posture. Keep the fingertips on your shoulders and encircle your elbows in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. Perform Chakrasana and Dhanurasana for some times. Hold the horizontal bar for some time. Lordosis. It is the inward curvature of the spine or a deformity of spinal curvature. It is an increased forward curve in the lumbar region. It creates problem in standing and walking. This results in excessive hollowing of the back, which gives it an S shape and H in the lower back. In the right hand side picture, you can see normal spine and spine with lordosis. Causes: habit formation during growing period, obesity, poor posture, osteoporosis means weakening of the bone, diseases affecting vertebra, improper development of muscles. Precautions: take a balanced diet, keep the body straight while carrying weights, avoid walking too long with weight on one hand. Do not walk, sit or stand in bent position. Corrective measures: perform halasana and paschimottanasana. Do not sit up slowly. Stand to attention and touch the feet with the hands repeatedly. Lie on your back and lift feet vertically. Kyphosis. It is a deformity of the spinal curvature in which there is an increase of exaggeration of a backward curve on a decrease of a forward curve. It is also called as round upper back. There is an increased curvature of the dorsal or the chest region as the thoracic or rib cage portion of the spine and leading to stopped forward posture. You can see in the picture right hand side, it's a called as a hump in the back also. Causes: osteoporosis, spinal column defect from birth, sitting habit, malnutrition, illness, carrying heavy load on the shoulder, habit of bending while walking. Precautions: take a balanced diet, keep the body straight while carrying weights, avoid walking too long with weight on one hand, do not walk, sit or stand in bent position. Corrective measures: bend head backwards in standing position, perform Chakrasana and Bhujangasana, hold arms at shoulder level and bending elbows. Bow leg. It is a condition in which the knees stay wide apart when a person stands with the feet and ankle together. It is considered normal in children less than 18 months. This deformity is called as rickets. This is a postural defect in which the lower long bones of the leg get bent. This defect can be easily noticed in adults and children. This deformity results in unnatural gait leading to uneasiness in walking and running. You can see the right hand side in the picture. If a person is standing with the feet together, you can see the both knees are outward direction. Causes: by deficiency of calcium and phosphorus in the bone, rickets or lack of vitamin D, abnormal bone development, overstraining of long bone, putting extra weight on leg muscles, lack of balanced diet, improper way of walking, forcing babies to walk at very early stage or early age. Precautions: balanced diet should be taken. Do not force the babies to walk at early age. Corrective measures: never stand for a long time. Use vitamin D supplement and a proper balanced diet. Walk by bending the toes inward or on the inner edge of the feet. Proper massage should be given to the child if this problem is observed early in life. Scoliosis. It is a lateral towards the side curvature in the normally straight vertical line of the spine. There may be one large C-shaped curve or two smaller curves extending the whole length of the spine. The body is laterally bent either to the right side or to the left side. When a person with scoliosis is viewed from the front or back, the spine appears to be curved. You can see in the picture right hand side a person with a normal spine or a person with a scoliosis. Causes: bone abnormality present at birth, abnormal muscle and nerves, adaptation of wrong sitting position, injuries or infection of the spine, short leg of one side flat foot, carrying heavy loads on one shoulder, hereditary defects. Precautions: take a balanced diet, keep the body straight while carrying weights, avoid walking too long with weight on one hand, do not walk, sit or stand in bent position. Corrective measures: perform Trikonasana with proper technique, avoid walking with a heavy weight, lie down in proline position on the chest, right arm should be upward and left arm at side. After that, move right arm towards the left overhead, press down with left hand, then slide the left hip up. Stand erect, lift left heel and left hip, extend right arm in an arc and press left hand against the ribs. Next subtopic is sports participation of women in India. Women in India are not encouraged to participate actively in sports. The conditions for Indian women to take up sport are subpar, especially at the international level. The resources to make successful Indian women's teams are readily available, but just need to be utilized in right direction. Women's sports team and athletes tend to stand outside of the limelight in India, where men's sport are not only prominent but spawn near fantasism. It is unfortunately no surprise, however, as India does have a women team for nearly every kind of sport, but very few have been successful. Women play a vital role in development of India. The government of India instituted the National Sports Festival for Women with the objective to promote women's sports. However, this program could not bring any noticeable improvement in women participation in sports. The participation of women in sports in India is very small. Gender inequality is strongly evident in every field of life, including sports. The problem is more socio-psychological than anything else, as India has a diverse socio-culture scenario which leads towards the women's non-participation in sports. Following are the most common factors leading towards opting out of women from sports. Traditional society, lack of knowledge, absence of parental support, lack of motivation and inspiration, lack of social support, women constraining other women, time constraint against domestic duties, absence of personal safety, lack of infrastructure in nearby society, lack of ability of female coaches. Next subtopic is special consideration menstrual dysfunction. Special care should be taken by sportswomen because of the problems associated with their physiology. Problems faced by women during their life are menarche. The first menstruation period is called menarche. It usually starts sometime between ages 11 and 14, but it can happen at early age of 9 or at late age of 15. Menarche is a sign you are growing up and becoming a woman. Along with starting your period, your body is changing. You begin to develop breast, pubic hair, and underarm hair, and your hips have begun to widen. In the days before you start your period, you may feel tense or emotional. You may gain water weight and feel bloated. You may have pain, cramps in your abdomen, back, or legs that last a few hours or more. Your breast may be tender and your face may break out. Menstruation dysfunction is called as the energy drain for female athlete. Doctors and scientists are increasingly concerned about the high prevalence of menstruation dysfunction among female athletes, for it is now clear that reduced level of reproductive hormones pose a significant threat to bone health, increasing the risk of sport-related injuries and osteoporosis. A number of factors may contribute to the development of athletic menstruation dysfunction, including energy balance, exercise intensity and training practices, body weight and composition, training practice, disordered eating behavior, physical and emotional stress, and individual susceptibility. Due to participation of women in physical fitness and competitive endurance sports, the incidence of menstruation dysfunction has increased. Long distance running and other sports may lead to alteration in androgen, estrogen, and progesterone hormones, which in some women may directly or indirectly result in amenorrhea, absence of menstruation period, or infertility. Next subtopic is female athlete trait, osteoporosis, amenorrhea, eating disorder. The female athlete trait is a syndrome of three related conditions generally seen in teenage or adult female athletes who aren't meeting their energy requirements, which ultimately leaves them undernourished. This also affects their performance severely. Participation in sports where a thin appearance is valued can also put a girl at risk for female athlete trait. Sports such as gymnastics, figure skating, diving, and ballet are examples of sports that value a thin, lean body shape. Some athletes may even be told by coaches or judges that losing weight would improve their scores. Some girls who play sports or exercise intensely are at risk for a problem called female athlete trait. Female athlete trait is a combination of three conditions: anemia, disordered eating, amenorrhea, and osteoporosis. Osteoporosis, it is a condition in which bone becomes weak and brittle. Low estrogen level and poor nutrition, especially low calcium intake, can lead to osteoporosis. The third aspect of the trait, osteoporosis, is a weakening of the bone due to the loss of bone density and improper bone formation. This condition can ruin a female athlete's career because it may lead to stress fractures and other injuries. Amenorrhea, it is the absence of menstruation period that can happen for many reasons. Main cause are genetic abnormalities, excessive exercise, and extreme physical or psychological stress. Exercising intensity and not eating enough calories can lead to decrease in the hormones that help regulate the menstruation cycle. Next subtopic is eating disorder. Eating disorder. Eating disorder is defined among this situation due to the low calories intake or low energy availability. Our bodies expend energy through normal functioning as well as through exercise. Eating disorder in female athletes can range from avoiding certain type of food the athlete thinks are bad, such as food containing fat, to serious eating disorders like anorexia nervosa or bulimia nervosa. The most common eating disorders are anorexia nervosa and bulimia nervosa. Anorexia. Those people suffering from anorexia have a real fear of weight gain and a distorted view of their body size and shape. They eat very little and can become dangerously underweight. Many teens with anorexia restrict their food intake by dieting, fasting, or excessive exercise. They hardly eat at all, and the small amount of food they do eat becomes an obsession in terms of calories, counting, or trying to eat as little as possible. People with anorexia are usually very thin and underweight. Symptoms are as follows: more worried about physical image, to excessive exercise, anemia, low blood pressure, low pulse rate, denial of illness, self-induced vomiting, excess eating at times. Bulimia. People with bulimia eat excess amount of food at once, usually in secret, and then try to compensate with exercising all the times. Sometimes they eat food that is not cooked or might be still frozen, or retrieve food from the trash. They typically feel powerless to stop the eating and can only stop once they are too full to eat anymore, or they may have to go to extreme measures like pouring salt all over a dessert to make it inedible in order to get themselves to stop eating. Most people with bulimia then purge by vomiting, but also may use laxative or excessive exercise. People with bulimia may be an average weight or can be overweight. Symptoms are as follows: frequent episodes of self-induced vomiting, feeling of thirst, swelling and inflammation in food pipe, overeating or episodes of binge eating, excessive physical activities to remain slim, peptic ulcers, disturbed body image.